Rockford Speedway.
I think that's what it's called, right?
Yes, that is what it's called.
Unfortunately, this is the last year. Close it down. Oh my God, did you see that thing?
Yeah, they decided that they can make some more money, right? By turning it into some condos.
I don't know what they're going to turn it, but they're definitely selling it.
Oh, without a doubt. They're going to turn it into some condos or a strip mall or something.
Something. Oh, I hope it's not a mall.
Yeah, no, it will be. So, it's a little bit of a sad day. We're going to the second to last race that they're doing at the Rockford Speedway.
For how many years has it been there?
They've been open since 1948.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's like a family home, right?
Yeah, so it's a family owned, and now this generation decided that, you know, hey, let's get rich instead of continue the tradition.
But maybe, sure, maybe that, but maybe you think like the business for the racetracks are not very great. They're not very great, so maybe like before it goes like completely down, you want to sell before that happens, or no?
Probably, but I would imagine that they're making quite a bit of money every time that there's one of, especially like what the last one that we went to was the Night of the Thrills, and it was completely packed, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was sold out. Actually, it sold out.
And tickets were at least $30 a person. So if it's completely packed,
Maybe you think it was sold out because they know it's the last event.
I don't think so.
No.
Because if you watch the videos on YouTube of all the Night of the Thrills,
Okay.
specifically that one, sells out every time.
Interesting.
And so I would imagine what? There was at least 2,000 people?
Probably.
So, you know, times $30 a person. That's some good money, dude.
So I'm thinking, do you think that maybe they're gonna sell it because they don't want like their kids, like their sons and daughters, to deal with that? And like at the end, they're not gonna be like, because it's the brothers. They all, it's like a bunch of brothers, older people that, as far as I know, they own it now. So I think like instead of leaving it to their kids, they're just gonna leave like.
No, I think it has to do with money, right? This is their opportunity to get rich. Because they are going to get rich, no matter what. That land is probably worth millions and millions of dollars.
The land, yeah, that's true.
So to them, it's like, hey, should we take, you know, $10 million today? Or should we just sit on this generation? You know?
It would be cool, like at least if somebody else bought it and they had the same idea to continue the track.
Yeah.
Right? Like if it was just like transfer of owners, but like the same thing. Yeah.
And then we go to the Great Lakes Dragaway. That one is still open with no plans of closing, thank God. But also what's good about that one is it's kind of in the middle of nowhere, so the land is worthless, right?
It's like in the field, like it's in the middle of like cornfields.
Exactly. So here, the land is not worthless.
Right.
So they can make some money, so they're going to do it. But over there, the land is worthless. But
I don't know if it's worthless.
that's one of the first drag racing in America, the Great Lakes Dragaway. My uncle used to take me there when I was a kid.
Oh, that's so cool.
And that's how I learned about it. And that was the first time I saw a jet car.
Yeah.
And then I took you there.
Yeah.
And that was the first time you saw a jet car.
Yes, I have never seen one. I don't really think I had seen one prior to that in TV, to be honest. I don't think I've ever seen one in general.
Yeah. I didn't know that they existed.
I didn't even know, that they existed. Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say.
And dude, I think he took me there when I was like a teenager. And you know how I'm like a hoarder of like memories and scraps and shit like that?
A hoarder of a lot of things.
So one day I found a little thing that was my ticket for when I entered the Great Lakes Dragway, because people used to actually get tickets instead of now, you know how we have everything on our phone and there's like no memory of that.
Actual, like, paper
there was a
tickets.
physical piece of paper.
Okay, got it.
Okay? And it was cool. It was like a little strip and it was green and it said like Great Lakes Dragaway.
Okay.
So randomly I just like looked into it. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Because I had no idea. I had no memory of this or anything like that, right?
That's so cool.
And I was like, oh, cool. And then we went, I believe.
So you know this thing because of your uncle?
Because of my uncle, yeah. And he used to go out there all the time when they were younger, because I mean, back when they were younger, 70s, 80s, this was huge. Drag racing was like insane. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like now it probably shifted more to like street racing.
Street racing, yeah. Well, definitely more like imports, right? So people used to race on big American cars. But now, you know, they're racing little 4-cylinders. But that's fine because Great Lakes Dragway, they adapted, right? And they're like, oh yeah, bring the imports. We have an import night, we have an American night, we do this, we do that. And then every year we go, what, on Labor Day? Is it Memorial Day or Labor Day that we go?
It is actually...
Either way, it's one of those.
I don't know which, I was confused. I believe it's Labor Day.
Yeah, so it's one of those. And then they do a great show. They have all the funny cars, jet cars, drag cars, American. Yeah. Yeah, we were gonna go to NASCAR downtown, which was good that we didn't because it rained them out.
Because it rained horrible that weekend.
And the tickets were obviously insanely expensive.
Yeah,
what was it, like 200 a person?
I think 250 a person.
Yeah, that's a bit
But
pricey.
I feel like if you buy them before, I don't know if they had a better price than that, but I don't think they probably did. So it was a little too crazy, and it was not gonna be worth it because they canceled on Sunday.
They canceled
It's gonna be like
Sunday.
Saturday and Sunday, or Friday and Saturday. Well,
it was a 2-day. You could only buy a 2-day ticket.
Yeah.
You couldn't buy a 1-day ticket. Which was even stupider.
It was like the whole event.
Because it was like, if I just want to go to 1 day, I gotta buy 2 days anyway.
The first day they were gonna do like the pre-laps. They were not really actually gonna race. It was more like a rehearsal.
Really?
Yeah, that's what it was. But you could still walk around and see the cars and see them like rehearsing. And then the second day was actually gonna be the actual race.
But that is still pretty cool that this is the first time that they ever did that in Chicago.
Yeah.
On the streets. Like, there's never been a NASCAR event in Chicago, period. And then not only did they do it in Chicago, but they did it in the streets.
Yes.
And they did it like through Grant Park and Lakeshore Drive, which was really cool. And then where we're going, Rockford Speedway, they actually hosted NASCAR too. They do NASCAR races. So tonight it's called the Last Track Memorial Race or something like that. So I don't really know what this is going to be like today. I don't know if they're going to have NASCARs or what. But last time we went was Night of the Thrills. And they did the school bus figure 8.
You know,
which we saw part of it right before it started raining like crazy.
Oh yeah, so
it did start raining like crazy. That's why we had to leave, and that's why we were coming back actually. Because if we
didn't finish the whole event.
Yeah, if we finished, I think we wouldn't have come back today.
No.
But because, you know, we want to see.
Oh my God, it was pouring. I forgot about that.
It was pouring like crazy.
Bad. But we did have a good part of the show without rain.
Oh yeah, it was awesome.
Raining.
It was awesome. We got to see that limousine crash through the car that was standing up vertically.
You know what was my favorite part?
And the monster trucks.
My favorite part was when the people, just regular civilians, I guess we call it. I don't know.
Yeah, they get to race too.
They get to race. Just like people just sign up their car.
Yeah, it's like a private car.
Yeah, and
they take it to race. Remember that Buick Riviera sleeper? Dude, that thing was going crazy.
Yeah, you thought that he was gonna be so slow.
Yeah, he looks like a slowpoke and he was smoking everybody. That was awesome.
I remember the Porsche, everybody was hating on that guy.
Yeah, everybody was hating on the Porsche, but he was winning everything, right?
Yeah, he did win, I think. Yeah. It was him in the pickup truck, the black.
But definitely the Riviera was like just insane. The fact that it was like beating everybody.
It was so fast, yeah.
right. Joel, thank you. Take a right. That's the last one ever. Today is the second to last.
And Ryan will be in the number 38, carrying Pat Finley for a final lap here at the Rockford Speedway. We are also dedicating our Racer's Prayer, which I'll do for you this afternoon, to the memory of Bob Seneker, the Blue Knight, had passed away and competed a lot of times, especially in the short track championships here at the Rockford Speedway. So at this time, we would ask that you rise. Please remove your hats for the invocation in the form of the Racer's Prayer. Lord, I pray as I race today, keep me safe along the way. Not only me, but others too, as they perform the jobs they do. I know, God, that in a race, I, the driver, must set the pace. But in this race of life, I pray, help me, Lord, along the way. Although I know I am a sinner, help me to believe that with God, I'm always a winner.
Little kid to sing the national anthem.
And now, Jared with our national anthem.
He said no. He said
He
no.
changed his mind.
He's like, are you sure you want to sing?
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we've hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars to the perilous fight. Oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave. Good job. California? You didn't bring the warm weather with you. Actually, National Short Track Championships a few weeks ago, you did bring it. Gorgeous that day.